Hello and welcome to the introduction to the new Cottage Charm Stencil Pack. This is a really cute stencil pack. It includes 4 stencils that are perfect for a panel measuring 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so a standard A2 size card. Here's what the 4 stencils look like individually, and you certainly can use them individually, but I want to show you what they look like when you layer up all 4 together. It creates a beautiful pattern. So I have a panel of white cardstock here. I'm putting it on one of my grip mats so it holds it down and it holds down the stencils. They're not numbered. You don't have to go in any particular order. And you can definitely customize this with all the Concord 9th ink colors. So once I get this in place, there are little registration marks on the sides so you know how to center your A2 panel. Starting with grapefruit cardstock, and I'm just gonna blend the whole panel with this grapefruit. And you could definitely do different colors for each stencil, like, do gradient, multiple colors per stencil, but I'm just gonna do 1 color per stencil. This brush is one of the smaller brushes, so it helps getting in all the little teeny nooks and crannies. So that stencil, the first one, with grapefruit ink, and you can see how that looks by itself. And then here, these aren't numbered, but I want to say stencil 2, and this one gives this kind of damask feel, like tile. Pulled out a bigger blender brush because it's a little more airy to cover. I used buttercup ink, a nice bright yellow. Another thing you could do with these stencils is use some pastes. That would be fun, some glitter paste. So this is a stencil with buttercup. And then now we're on to the 3rd stencil. More detail, and I pulled out sweet pea, went back to a small blender brush because when I'm doing teeny tiny little areas, I find I have better luck with a small brush. And I do have a piece of scratch paper off to the side because when I ink up this sweet pea, she's real juicy, and I usually tap off a little bit on the side. And so here we are blending this whole stencil with sweet pea. Take it off, and you can see how the pattern begins to build. And then last one, we have the 4th. I'm going to go blue. I'm pulling out blue. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been using blueberry, and my fingers are all blue. And I was like, darn it. Now all the videos for the October release, I'm going to have blue fingers. What are you going to do? You got to get inky sometimes. But this blueberry, she'll smack you across the face in the best way, in the best blueberry way. Look how this finishes it off. I love the blueberry accent. Carefully peel that off my grip mat. I'll hold it up so you can see that beautiful detail. This makes a great background. You could also use this for the books in True Story stamp and die set. I did another panel with all blueberry, all 4 stencils on blueberry cardstock. So kind of a monochromatic. You could also blend with white pigment ink to get a white detail on a solid color cardstock. Look at my fingers. What are you gonna do? So I wanted to share a couple cards that I've created using these Cottage Charm stencil backgrounds. Give you some ideas of how to use them. This first one, I actually die cut the pattern with the large teapot from the afternoon tea die set. I used that scripty hello, which is from the True Story die set, filled it with a floral arrangement. And then this one, I used that blueberry background as a background for my shelf. And I used all the dies from the on display die set. And that is the introduction to the Cottage Charm Stencil Pack.